the moment you transfer the asset to the trust, number one, those assets cannot be inherited, so they'll never go into inheritance.
Okay.
So nobody will touch them.
Okay.
So if there's one guy in the family who always waits for people to die, so you can go after other people's assets, the moment you go to the trust, say, hey, hell to the no, they're out of touch. Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, if you had a case before you died, and probably you had some bank loan, or maybe you had some court case, and there's an order to liquidate your assets, they will only liquidate the assets in your name, but they cannot touch the assets which are in trust because they are not in your name anymore.
Okay.
So in that way, and the assets which are put into the trust cannot be used to pay the benefits. They must be invested, and the income which is generated from those assets, that's what is used to pay the benefits. So you get what we call perpetuity of assets. So those assets will continue to be there for the rest of the as the world exists.
Who owns the trust?
There's no ownership as such. The trust is now owned by the trust itself. It's the owners. The trust is the assets which are owned by the trust now. Because there's no ownership. The ownership has gone away from you. In the simple language, you would have transferred those assets from your name to your kid's name.
Okay.
But you don't want to do that because the kids can consume those assets and the all assets will go away.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want those assets to be used, to be invested, and to benefit those guys. So who will do that? They need to be in a name which is not you, which is not them.
Okay.
Because if it's in your name, then they can be inherited. If it's in their name, they can take ownership and they can sell those assets.
Okay.
That's why they put under the trust, which is a legal structure that puts the ownership in between, but neither in you, neither in them, but it will benefit both of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So for us Muslims, if you put your assets in trust, we call it family waqf. The owner becomes Allah, the God himself. And then you are doing all this on his behalf.